Let's talk about AI art, man. Let's talk about AI art. So, for those who don't know what's been going on in the AI world, okay, ChatGPT recently released an update. I believe it's called ChatGPT 4.0 that released very, very groundbreaking features that have just taken over the internet. More specifically, is image generation, and the level of image generation that it's producing now is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I'll show y'all a couple of examples here real quick of what I'm talking about, but the results are honestly insane. I've tried it out myself. And I personally got some funny results, and I'll share those here shortly. But let's go ahead and bring up some other examples right here. So essentially, all you do is go on ChatGPT. One, you gotta get the paid version, right? I believe it's $20 a month. So I tried it out. Fuck it, it's $20. You go on ChatGPT. You are now able to upload images as reference and say, you know, the prompt that everyone is using is output this image in a Studio Ghibli style art style, okay? And it produces images like this, okay? Look at what the ChatGPT thing did to your photo. Oh my God, what? Stop, that's so cute. Oh my God, thank you. But really, really good results, chat. I ain't gonna lie. Really, really cool results. The shock value and the accuracy compared to the reference photo and what it actually outputs is absolutely insane. You know, I think more than just being able to replicate someone's art style, the more detail, the more specific details that this update has been able to output has just been insane. And we gotta I tried it out for the pod and I got this result. I tried it out. I wanted to see how good it was for my specific photos. And in terms of getting the art style right and getting like the overall big details out, like I think it did a really good job. But the finer details, man, who is this? Who is this? Chat, I swear to God, I don't know why. I don't know why it gave Sage glasses and long hair. I don't know why it made Omar look like a crackhead. What is this facial hair thing going on here with me? Like, this, I'm gonna be honest, man. This looks like a racist image of an Asian dude. Like, this is kind of crazy. They gave Damo a lazy eye. Damo looking like Biggie Smalls out here for real. Like, shit looks kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So my results with this wasn't really the best. But I got a couple better results, I guess. You know, I just wanted to, you know, set it through its motions, and really push it and just really see what it's about. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I have been behind when it comes to all the AI advancements. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been like trying to ignore all this shit and just move with life normally because I know some of the problems with AI and shit like that. But this is a picture generated for me. This is a picture of my girl and my sisters the day I proposed to her. I don't know why it's so blurry. There you go. But the results look crazy. Like, dead ass, the results look crazy. Like, crazy good. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is funny right here. This is funny right here. So I did a picture with me and Buzz. Hold on. I did a picture with me and Buzz, okay? First of all, they didn't give me my facial hair. So I then asked ChatGPT, yo, add facial hair. Add a mustache and a goatee. And this is the result it gave. It added a mustache and a goatee, not just to me, but to Buzz as well. Okay, so Oh man. So I've I personally got some funny results from this, but it definitely sparked a very, very big conversation about the ethics of AI arts, how problematic it is it problematic, and things of that nature. So I then tweeted this out. For the timeline to interact with. I also made an Instagram Q&A as well. I asked the timeline, well, this is a typo. Why is AI art problematic to you? Okay. Genuine question, because I'm behind on a lot of this AI stuff. I genuinely am, because at this point when it comes to how AI really applies to me, I truly don't think I need it. So, got a lot of replies here. So let me just read some of them. This is from some of the friends of the show. GK Trey says, the generative AI uses Earth's finite resources to generate those images and the loss of human arts. Swiper says, less work for real people. Tucker actually gave a pretty detailed response right here. Generally speaking, one of the main issues is people is it taking opportunities away from artists. Commercials, posters, editing, creative stuff, etc. AI is a cheaper option and at some point might be close to as good as a real person. So companies are going to need to be pressured away from using it for those people to keep their jobs. I think it should be used for boring menial tasks that don't require creativity. Leave creativity to actual people. Okay? There are also obviously needs to be much heavy disclosure regulations to avoid some of the craziness. Okay, let's read a couple more of these responses. This is from friend of the show, Omar. AI art is an original. I'm assuming he meant to say theft. And while I may be okay with some small theft, corporations stealing from individuals is disgusting. Also, there's a data issue with AI. Also, it can be racist. I think a lot of people are covering some really good points about how unethical it can be from a standpoint of taking someone's identity and putting it into large systems that store their data without their consent, and also the ability to make things like revenge porn. Also, taking away jobs is also nasty work. I'm not sure why he referenced 23andMe here. But let's go ahead and read some more of these responses, because I really did get a lot of good ones. The worst says the environmental impact is drastic. Water consumption to cool chips, mineral mining to build the hardware for all LLM applications is enough to look into. Unethical sourcing of art to train models and derive images is demeaning and anti-arts. I want art with a soul. Okay, this guy gave a specific example to me. It's like if ChatGPT had a video generator function where you can ask it, generate an NBA video in the B-Soul style, and it makes one copying your style, and people then upload it as well as their own videos. It's also bad for the environment. So definitely a lot of takes going on here. Definitely a lot of backlash when it comes to AI art as a whole. And I'm not gonna lie, chat. Again, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, this is a very interesting topic to me because of the cross sections that I personally have with a lot of things going on with AI arts. Okay, so for one, I have a computer science background. Okay. So for one, I have a computer science background. 2, I am a creator myself. 3, I use software to create content, to create arts. 4, I'm also on the other side of things when it comes to running businesses, being an entrepreneur, trying to make things efficient and all of these different things. So this is definitely a very, very interesting conversation to me because of the intersectionalities that I have in my life. But also, the more I look into this, chat, a lot of this is new and not new at the same time. Now, hear me out. I think there's a conversation to be had. I want to break this up into 2 parts. One is AI and AI art's unethical? And two, and I know this is going to sound crazy, how wrong is it for us to use and interact with something that is unethical? And I understand that again, that sounds crazy, but just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. So the reason I say that is because I'm gonna just be upfront. I do think with how AI does a lot of its business, with how AI trains its models and gets its data, it is unethical. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is unethical. I believe I read something that says it is like a lot of the data being used for AI, it's not consensual. No one, like a lot of the data being used is, not people consenting to ChatGPT or OpenAI using their data. They are just scraping this from the internet. You know what I'm saying? Also, I read the environmental impacts of AI is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, we're talking about carbon footprints that exceed even, the average person using a gas car. And a gas car is already like really bad for the environment. You know what I'm saying? All these different things, how it gets its data, how it uses data, how it's, stealing jobs from people. Like, I think my baseline take is that it's definitely unethical, the business of AI, and how it goes about things. Now, I also say this, I've definitely seen some ethical, not even ethical, but like non-invasive uses of AI. Like whatchamacallit, Tucker just said in the replies. Like, I think there's a difference between using AI to create art and to create content versus using AI to aid in certain tasks. Okay. So I don't want to leak what my company is doing, but we've used AI to just like be able to grab certain information from a certain video and display it properly. You know what I'm saying? Like certain shit like that. We've talked about like using AI to just make accurate timestamps of streams. Like I personally don't think that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't think that's crazy. So, I think there's different ways to separate this, and I think it's very, very easy to group a lot of these things into the same conversation when it's not. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that me saying it's not ethical doesn't make it okay. But I will say, man, listen. We interact with unethical businesses every single day. We interact with unethical businesses every single day. And that's like, that's where it starts to get tricky with me. Is like a lot of these motherfuckers are refusing to use AI, but they got Nikes on their feet. They're using iPhones. They replied using an app called Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Instagram ain't safe from unethical practices. TikTok ain't safe from unethical practices. Same thing with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You got Amazon Prime. You drank Starbucks yesterday. You had a Coke the day before that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, again, it doesn't make it okay. Like, and it doesn't make it not unethical. But some of y'all like treat this AI shit like it's some like y'all don't interact with unethical businesses every single day. And that's where some of y'all like lose me. That's where some of y'all lose me, bro. That's where some of y'all lose me. And in terms of taking jobs out of the market, listen, I've truly like over this weekend tried to use AI just to really get a grasp of what it can and can't replace at its current state. And let me tell you, it can definitely replace certain jobs, like as it currently stands. And it's definitely a cheaper option. It's definitely a more frictionless option than, finding the right person, paying them, commissioning them, and all of that. But I feel like there have been so many different instances in our life of automation in general taking away jobs. Stuff that we use every single day that we just kind of take for granted now, but a lot of these things took away a lot of people's jobs from something as simple as the Easy Pass. You know what I'm saying? They used to have tolls where people worked at those tolls. People got paid to do those tolls. Now everything is just an Easy Pass. You know what I'm saying? The invention of the self-checkout, right? What about online shopping as a whole? You know what I'm saying? Hell, even like digital art, the concept of digital art, some people can make the argument was, you know, something that impacted just IRL real art. You know, and it feels like AI is just another, like the next evolution of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, hell, even a search engine, right? Like back in the day, people used to have to go to a library or used to have to go to an educational institution to read up on things, used to have to get a newspaper, but now everything's on Twitter, right? You can look things up within the palm of your hands. So there have been advancements even before this that have just made life so much more efficient, and we have just embraced it. I don't know. And it feels like this is just one of those things. It feels like this is one of those things that it is getting, you know, there definitely is a potential of getting rid of a lot of people's jobs. And I do feel bad, but it's also like in other industries, we have tried to make things efficient, and it has been at the cost of people's jobs, and we've just kind of accepted it. I don't know. Oh, I'm not saying Twitter is a search engine, by the way. I don't know. That's more so like a replacement of newspaper type of thing to me. Now, again, let me make this clear. You can make a case that every single example that I just made, B-Souls, you are correct. All those things are bad. It is bad, though, that a lot of those things took jobs from people. But I feel like when it comes to like this whole conversation, it's like all of it is bad or none of it is bad thing to me. I don't know. And Fly in the chat said, now you're just yapping. Listen, I'm here to have an honest conversation with y'all. This is just where I stand. Again, I'm being truly open-minded with this. I'm not like really hard on my belief system when it comes to AI. And I will say this. AI art ain't even art. AI art is not even art. And, you know, to you know, go a little bit on the other side of it. I don't think I'll ever respect AI art for real, because to me, art is inherently human. You know what I'm saying? All these different images, I will never look at it as actual art. I think art to me is something that's being handcrafted by someone that has a human touch to it. And when you look at a lot of these AI images, all of this AI art, like it's not art to me. It's not art to me. To me, it's more so aligned with just image generation. It's more so aligned with like a Snapchat filter. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not really like art. It's not really art. And I think everyone knows that. Everyone knows that this is being fed through a machine. Yes, the final image is like this stylized image or whatever, but it's not art. It's not art. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen, but there needs to be some sort of government restriction that needs to be enforced onto AI. AI becomes more dangerous every day, but I don't think AI can be more creative than a human. The ideas and empathy from a human will always be more relatable than AI art that's generated. I agree. I think to just give a more like positive tone to this, and we'll see how it ultimately plays out, right? Only time will tell. But I do see there being a higher demand because of what AI is for actual human creators. That's why for me, I've never been afraid of AI content creators for real. Because I think the more AI slop goes out there, the higher the premium is for actual real content. I think even before the AI revolution, people have been looking for authenticity on the internet. You know what I'm saying? There was a time period where authenticity was lacking and it was glorified to make the most clickbaity shit. I think over these last couple of years, we've kind of reverted back and I've been looking for more authenticity. I think the more AI slop goes out there, the more it's more valuable for you to become more human. You know what I'm saying? So I think there is a positive twist to this, but I also definitely do feel bad that it is going to be taking away jobs from a lot of people because it is just a cheaper option for corporations to use. You know what I'm saying? It's lowered the barrier to entry to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? It's not just art, it's coding as well. It's all of it. It's all of it. You know? But also when it comes to the stealing content conversation, yeah, I just can't get over the whole it's a corporation doing it. I think that's my main problem with it. It's this big ass corporation stealing the data of people unwillingly, and the only one profiting from it is that one big ass corporation. I think that's the biggest problem, to be honest with you, because like content stealing, let me say this, like content stealing is not new. Content stealing is not new. And I'm not talking about sampling. I'm not even talking about, making it transformative. Like reaction videos, repurposing videos, like all of that is not new. But I think when it comes to AI art specifically, it's because of the fact that only a handful of people can really create these images. Like a handful of corporations have the technology to create these images. They own the technology to create these images and they're the ones profiting. I think that's where it becomes nasty. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really where it becomes nasty. And there's other like really bad use cases of AI as well that you just really can't justify. Like it's made deepfakes much easier. You know what I'm saying? It's made misinformation much easier. I'm not gonna lie. I was tricked this past weekend, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Like AI is definitely getting to a point where I'm getting tricked, and I view myself as like a pretty media savvy person, a person that's able to determine what's AI and what's not. But there was like an interview of LeBron and Stephen A. that people AI'd to make it seem like they had an interview in the past, and I genuinely thought it was real. Ended up being not, and I already had like, is this AI type of questions when I first started seeing it, but the fact that it's getting harder to interpret what is what every single day, like that's kind of crazy, y'all. That's kind of crazy. That deepfake stuff is weird. Yeah, that deepfake stuff is weird, y'all. That deepfake stuff is weird. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think, because genuinely, chat, this is such an interesting conversation to me, because I think people, like, especially from a business perspective, when you know that there is this thing that'll produce this output that you're looking for at a much cheaper rate, as a business owner, like, you dead ass trying to be a saint to not use it. You know what I'm saying? Like as a business owner, we do things already that make things efficient. That are again are things that got rid of jobs in the market. Like I think the biggest example of this is online shopping and online delivery. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like to a degree, like AI is just that. It's a way to do things much more efficiently. And a much cheaper cost. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I'm using that as an example is because I've literally been watching The Office a lot lately. Like that has been my show to binge, and there's that ass a whole season, pretty much dedicated to how Dunder Mifflin is like struggling to adapt with the times with the online world, and them not making a website, them not adding online delivery is literally killing their business. Is literally them making things harder on themselves when, there's an easy solution right there. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely get, like, even just watching the show, the struggle and how it is affecting an older generation that, isn't adapting or like is making certain jobs obsolete. But at the same time, it's like, you gotta get with the times, old man. Like, I don't know. I think another point that I want to bring up, I think the reason why AI is such a big problem right now is pre-AI, the internet was already a regulation nightmare, right? Like it was already the internet as a whole was already the wild, wild west. Adding AI on top of that makes it regulation hell. Like it's becoming harder and harder to regulate the internet when there were already regulation problems to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's see what we got. I think AI can target smaller, easier jobs. For example, self-driving cars replacing taxis and the DoorDash robots delivering in Cali. It's small examples but can expand to different jobs. It's scary as it advances. Yeah. So that's another thing. Like, I could see AI getting rid of the need for Uber drivers as a whole. You know what I'm saying? It's actually crazy because I was in San Fran, chat, and they have like self-driving cars already. And I'm talking about like self-driving taxis that you can order. That shit looks crazy. Cause I've never seen that before, chat. But yeah, AI is about to take a lot of motherfuckers' jobs, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I think as someone who is in the creative space, you have to keep in mind art is subjective, but I feel most artists, like graphic designers, can use this to enhance their work in some ways. I'm gonna be honest with you. The more and more I use AI art, like just to get more examples, the more, like, maybe this is just me. I know other people won't think like this. Like, when I got the value of creating an image in a certain art style, but also like I was like, yo, these little errors that I see in this image, I just wish I gave it to an actual artist that will actually get, the details right. Like, I don't know. In some ways, it did literally make me want to crave more human interaction. I don't think you were yapping. I just feel like you were fence-sitting a bit. I think when you say we accepted all the other changes, toll roads, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm be honest with you. I'm fence-sitting because I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. I'm literally in the middle of this because I am not so anti-AI and anti-AI art that I'm just gonna not be open to using it and I don't see the advantages in using it. But I'm also not so pro-AI art to the point where I'm just, man, fuck y'all, just get with the times. Like, I definitely get the concerns. And I think just in life in general, that's just my viewpoint, is like, I personally believe the truth is in the middle a lot of times. If you go extreme on one or the other, you are probably just in a bubble of information and you're not actually seeing the light through. That's just me. We are opening Pandora's box with AI, and we keep using it for dumb shit and replace creativity. Hey, this the real conversation. AI is just a product of capitalism. Hey, if we're really trying to pod, if y'all really want to pod, AI is just a product of capitalism, y'all. I think even the concept of AI, and specifically AI art, won't even get to motherfuckers' brain if it wasn't for the system that we live in. But that's the real conversation though. It's cool though. It's cool. You can use AI for pitch decks, but use it as a foundation for making something bigger. Yeah. I think that's ultimately probably the best way to use it, in the most ethical way, and even then, just Apparently, literally just making a prompt is wasting like a shit ton of water. But yeah, using it as a foundation for something and then building upon it, that's probably the most ethical way. I'm an IT student and I love AI for small tasks, but I feel like it is hurting people in other jobs. I'm not saying fence sitting is bad, lol. Just think it calls for a more in-depth conversation. Yeah, we'll see what the comment section is looking like on this clip, because we definitely about to clip this up, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's just because like technology as a whole, chat, like I've always found cool because of its ability to make things easier. You know what I'm saying? That was like not easier back in the heydays. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's always been cool about technology to me. Like the fact that, for example, like this is a real use case that happened in my life. I was separated from my parents because of, immigration status and all of that. My parents wanting to, or my dad specifically wanting to go to America to provide a better life for us, right? But technology has allowed us to literally video FaceTime, video call each other at a moment's notice. You know what I'm saying? So, that wasn't possible back in the heyday. And stuff like that. But technology allowed that communication to happen. Facebook as a whole has literally maintained a connection with me and my family thousands of miles away because of what Facebook is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Same thing with YouTube. It's made content creation easier, consuming content more democratized, and all these different things. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like technology is the main thing that makes it cool is making things easier, doing tasks much more simpler. And I think AI is just the next step in that, So I will say this. I think specifically with the amount of government investment going into AI at this point, how lucrative of an industry it is, it ain't going anywhere. Like I'm at that point, whether you think it's ethical, unethical, all these different things, AI ain't going anywhere. It is here to stay. So I feel like at this point, if everyone's rocking with it, you just got to get with the times. Like I'll put it in content terms, chat. I was initially, this is probably the easiest parallel I can make. Initially, I was never cool with reaction content. Like back in 2017, 2018, I hated reactors. I know that sounds crazy coming from me now, right? But I hated reactors. I thought it was lazy content. I thought they were genuinely stealing content, especially coming from a video essayist like myself. Me spending tens of hours on a video, and then Flight reacts, by the way. Just hopping on OBS, turning on my video, watching it, and saying some bullshit to it. Like I was like, oh my God, like this is crazy. Reaction content is crazy. But then it just became socially acceptable to react to the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw the checks motherfuckers were making from it. And at some point, if society deems it acceptable, and it ain't gonna stop anytime soon, man, I got bills to pay. Like that ass. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy. But man, I got bills to pay. Man, I got, dreams to accomplish. Like if this is the avenue, if this is the way to get there, in the most efficient way, I guess we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all not complaining, I'm not complaining type shit. Like I don't know. I know the rebuttal to that is gonna be the question, the good old man. So if your friend gonna jump off the bridge, you gonna jump off too? Like that's literally the, you know what I'm saying, the rebuttal to that. But that's just how I see things. That's just how I see things, chat. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. But you said bills, money, capitalism, and ruin people's morals. LOL, live to see yourself become the villain type shit, man. Look at all the movie trailer reactors. We're in the instant gratification era from Hinger to ChatGPT. We're going to grow more impatient with things in life. I think honestly, the main thing I'm really concerned about with AI chat, more than anything, or maybe not more than anything, because I think the environmental impacts are crazy. I think the reducing of jobs is crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, chat, with how advanced AI is getting by the day, I think it's legitimately damaging motherfuckers' like critical thinking skills. Like that's one of my biggest problems with AI. I think, again, let me say this. Let me say this for the clip. Low key. I think AI is problematic for the environment. I think it replacing certain jobs is problematic. But one of the main things I'm concerned about with AI is people, specifically children, literally losing critical thinking skills. Like, the fact that you can just go on ChatGPT is going to give you an answer, and the reasoning for it, like, that's crazy. I think even for my IT tech people out there, for my software engineers out there, I've coded, I know how to code. I think it is very, very important, at least for me. Maybe I just haven't been in the coding streaks in a minute, to know like what a function does, why this variable exists, why that variable exists, why this line of code is set up the way that it is. The fact that you can just type into ChatGPT, make a function that does this, and all you got to do is copy paste into your code, and the function just does what it does. Like, that is kind of crazy, chat. That is kind of, I think that's bad. I think that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that there's this thing that literally just outputs you the answer. And I understand you can make the argument that like, oh, but a calculator does that. I think it's bad when people don't know how to do on paper multiplication too. Let's get that straight. Like, I understand a calculator has definitely sped up a lot of these processes, but I think it is bad if you do not know how to do long division. Like, type shit, bro. Like, that's bad. So same thing with you know, this AI shit, bro. People gotta learn how to critically think. And I think that is one of the things I'm worried about. That is one of the things I'm worried about. It's gonna happen and only get worse. I saw Monopoly advertising an expansion pack to make the game easier and faster. Like, bro, why do people want everything easy and instant gratification? LOL, ChatGPT a staple among CS majors now. And that's crazy to me. Like, it's kind of hitting me, chat, that I've been out of, like, the education system for, like, 4 years now, actually, and so much has changed. So much has changed. Like, even from the last pod, me talking about how, like, kids, like, at a very young age are getting into political debates now in school. And I'm talking about, like, internet talking points political debates. Not even shit that they found out by themselves, researched by themselves. I'm talking about, like, regurgitating these repetitive-ass internet political talking points. Like, I think that's kind of scary. When I was graduating college, the closest thing to ChatGPT we had that was a cheat code for real was Chegg. Chegg had all the answers, chat. I don't even know if Chegg is, like, still, you know, an effective thing to use now. But, like, chat, I know, I seen a TikTok of people crashing out. I think college students specifically. I seen a TikTok of college students crashing out because ChatGPT was down the night before their final. Like, bro. Like, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here. Like, motherfuckers literally crashing out because they can't critically think and know the reasoning behind certain shit without ChatGPT. Like, that's scary, man. That's scary. That's absolutely scary.